the Sportsline Podcast. We always appreciate you hanging out with us. I'm Bubba O'Neill. Our spotlight, as always, the best in sports from Southern Ontario, and in particular, the Golden Horseshoe. Friends, the Intercounty Baseball League is over a century old, and if you investigate, it's riding a high that's never been seen before. Many people are certainly responsible, and if you look at this individual social media profile, it reads, first-rate business development authority with multifaceted skill set and unparalleled marketing and account management experience. Translation, the outstanding owner, president, and manager of fun of the Welland Jackfish, Mr. Ryan Harrison. And we got him in full game day garb as well.
I don't mess around, Bubba. We bring the fun everywhere we go. You know how it is. We were here in Morning Live this morning. We were having a good time.
You know what? I'm glad we can have an expanded chat. I know the Morning 100%. Live's a little tight, but there's so much to get into when it comes to the IBL, your team, the future of the league, and I think I want to start off with the excitement going into the 2025 season.
Yeah, I don't think the IBL has ever been hotter than it is right now. I mean, it's over a 100-year league, so who knows back then, but the amount of eyes on our league right now, the stuff behind the scenes that are going on, our team alone selling out games, Hamilton doing what they're doing, it's huge. I know there's expansion on the doorstep, and come next year, this can be a completely different looking league. And we're all behind the scenes. All the owners are super excited about it.
Well, we had Eric Spirit in from the Hamilton Cardinals, and I certainly want to touch about this sort of possible Canadian league of baseball. Want to get into that, but I kind of want to start off with something you talked about there off the top about people jamming your park and your attendance. And this is not only just the Welland Jackfish, and your numbers went up significantly. The entire league, just a massive numbers if we look at what you guys have accomplished.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So our home opener was on Saturday. We had 3,200 people, which is a sellout, complete sellout. We blew out our attendance records last year. It looks like we're going to do that this year. We sold out our season tickets this year, over 1,000. And we're just breaking records left, right, and center. And it's huge. And we like to think it was us that, things that we do, but that fan base down there is second in the Niagara region. They're diehards, they're passionate, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of them are like family. We have season ticket holders every week that bring us like baked goods and brownies and stuff, and bring my kids birthday presents and stuff like that. So it's a really cool feeling, and I love the Niagara region being a transplant, but there, and I can't say enough good things.
If you look at some of those numbers that we just put up there, I mean, your total attendance for 2024 was very close to 50,000. But when I look at the increase over 2023, it's 9,000. Yeah. That is a significant number. Is it at reach? Is it what is the reasoning for this?
I think people are just. So the thing with us is we don't shoehorn ourselves into just being a baseball team. You don't have to like baseball to come to our games. We have something from, I said this before, and our last time we were here, we have something from 0 to 100 and everybody in between. And we put so much effort in the entertainment package that you don't have to watch an inning to have a good time. And that's not saying our baseball isn't good. We have the best baseball in Canada. The best for our league, besides obviously the Jays and a couple other minor league teams. But it's highly entertaining baseball. The guys are highly skilled. I mean, one of our pitchers played MLB baseball. Hamilton's got Fernando Rodney. It's really, really fun. They don't miss a beat. So it's just doing everything right and listening to our fans and listening to what they want and all their needs. And we have, again, the best value in the entire Niagara region for entertainment, and we don't nickel and dime people, and that's kind of what we base ourselves off of.
Well, and I would think you would have to feel complimented and not only talking to Eric in terms of the Cardinals, but talking to other people in the league in Toronto. They are looking at what you have established, and that's why the entire attendance, I'm going to believe, is on the high.
And we're super, it's super flattering for us. And myself inside the league, I only want to elevate it and make it the biggest thing baseball-wise in this province. But it also fuels us because what's happening now is other teams are taking some of our cues and doing some of their own things, and which means that elevates their product. And me being the competitive person I am on that side of the field, I then take that and move that up, 10 notches to be even better. So There's a lot of good things going on. Every team's doing something great. I mean, I think I just saw the Panthers. They're the second team in the league with a video board, and that's really cool, and things like that. So it's come next year, I think you're going to see something remarkable for this league.
What are you? I mean, and these are great things that you're saying, but what are you hearing when you talk to the fans?
Every comment we get from our fan base when they leave our park is, what an amazing show you guys put on. That is all we hear. And that and our customer service and our fan experience is just second to none. And that's not even saying, compared to the rest of the league. That's anywhere, they're saying. They go to other sporting events and other things, and that's not to knock the other sporting events. They do their great thing. But we go above and beyond. And when we talk to our staff and our concession workers and all that stuff, we talk about how can we make our fans experience the best it possibly can be. And that's everything, like little things from somebody going to grab a nacho and they accidentally drop it and we just give them a new one. Making everything just turnkey and easy and seamless. And we think we have a nice, recipe for that, and it seems to be working, obviously. So we're super happy with it.
At the end of the day, though, in my opinion, and this is sports, obviously, winning and losing is half the equation as well, too. And Ryan, since you kind of come in and taken over the franchise, your win-loss record, I would presume, I didn't do the math, unfortunately, but I think if I talk to the people of the IBL, your win-loss record since you came over in a rather short time comparative to the league is probably number one.
I think so too. I didn't do the math either, but I would assume it is. And you know what? Like we talked about the entertainment and the fans coming in, but that stuff also doesn't happen if we don't have a high quality team. So, like I can take all the kudos for the entertainment part and the fun, but Jason McKay, our general manager, and Brian Estrie, our field manager, have done an amazing job year in and year out. And the other thing people don't realize is we don't have a ton of local players on our team. There might be, 2 or 3 per season. So they have to go out and find all these guys from BC and Alberta and Quebec for Canadians. And then, you look at our imports, Dominican Republic, Panama, Cuba, all those kind of places. So trying to find these guys, like I couldn't do it. I never really played baseball, so it's not something that I have, I know, when they get here that they're good baseball players, and I've learned a lot from those 2 guys, but I couldn't do what they do. There's no way. And we have an amazing group of professional athletes. They eat, breathe, and sleep Welland Jackfish baseball, and they work hard to bring us home a championship. So
well, you've talked about something that is going on, and we were talking about this Japanese woman pitcher in Toronto. But we're talking. You just said it: Cuba, Japan, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, United States. How are you acquiring these players to the Intercounty Baseball League in Southern Ontario?
I like to say I know, but I don't. I really don't. I don't know how these guys get these guys to come over here. I know I can only speak for my team and I see what Eric's doing in Hamilton, but we give them professional everything. Our locker room just got redone this year, all professionally redone. Spent a lot of money on that. We, gave them a brand new lunchroom, all their gear is taken care of, everything from top to bottom. And that's why the league is already kind of at that point of a fully professional feel. And that's why, there's a bunch of talk now on moving towards that route, because if you're already kind of there, minus obviously the pay part, why not push it all the way? And that's the problem with this league has been in the past. I've been in this league 15 years. Is it didn't quite have its own identity of what it was, like caliber wise and stuff like that. So I think with Ted Callens at the helm, he's really
your commissioner.
Our commissioner, sorry, has really pushed us towards let's do this. Its time is now.
Well, you're teasing me here, right? Like if you're based, why don't you just say it? Like, I mean, and I know Eric kind of talked about this as well too. He was kind of teasing it.
It's not a tease. I think the talk,
what's happening here?
The talk around the league is we want to start moving towards a professional league, and there's steps. It's very in its infancy stage, but there has been talks about doing that and moving towards that direction, and I think it'd be huge for the league, and come up maybe with some new ideas of how to package that and market that. We just find that would maybe be the best route to go. I mean, there's tons of collegiate leagues. There's tons of, senior men's amateur leagues. There isn't this in Canada. So
in essence, you're saying that this would be a Canadian. I mean, we have the Canadian Football League. We have the Canadian Elite Basketball League. We have the Canadian Premier League in soccer. That this would be the Canadian Baseball League, in essence.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, like, obviously it wouldn't. I don't know if you see it be nationwide kind of thing, because we're very secure to Ontario. But I know, in essence, kind of like that. Really do the same approach to the CFL, more Canadian talent, and the percentage of that, as we're doing it right now anyway. It's just get more recognition for our league as being, a place that the top Canadian guys, if they don't, latch on with an affiliated team or stuff like that, they can come and play here for a championship. And that's the thing about our league. It's not a development league so much. The guys do move up and stuff like that. We are a win a championship league in my mind. Bring a cup home to your city and your town. There's other development leagues that come around, like obviously Buffalo, the AAA team. They're developing for the Jays and different things like that. We're very much, and it's really the same as CFL. They want to win that Grey Cup for their city. And that's all they think about. Some guys do go to the NFL, but that's not their goal. It's to win a championship, right? So that's, I think, what we're trying to do. I know my team is. That's what our whole premise is, and just make our city proud. So, lots in the work. As I said, very, very, very new. Nothing's official, but that's kind of the talk right now. So we'll see.
Is there a target time, perhaps, or
not really? It could come as quick as next year. It could be down the line.
Wow.
There's a lot. As you could probably imagine, going from an amateur league to a professional league, there's lots to iron out. Right now, our guys, they we'd have to figure out if there's more schedule, if there's, things that go in with that. I don't know that it's a massive, massive change. Obviously, dollars and cents would be. But as for the marketing and how our business operates, especially for mine as a full-time business, that wouldn't really change too much. There's, lots of question marks, but it's kind of cool to see.
Absolutely. I'm enthused by this. I think baseball fans would be excited by all of this. And we talk about this growing fan base and all that's going on with the league. And I kind of made a blanket, wide, broad statement off the top that this league has never been better. Yeah. And we're looking at markets in a new market in Chatham, and we're looking at London, new ownership in Brantford, this guy seems really excited about he's doing, what he's doing there. Hamilton and Welland and Toronto, which has been kind of a staple of the league for many years, but there's renewed excitement there with Rod Black, who's been a guy that's been here, like Cito Gaston.
They had 3,000 people sitting in the hill at their home opener. Crazy. Yeah. Eric told me when I was with him at Morning Live this morning, he had about 1,800, 1,900 his game. Mm-hmm. So it's exploding, and it's really cool to see. Again, I've been part of the league for 15 years. And to see it finally have that identity that people care about the product and the players and what's going on and follow it is really, really cool. And we're doing the QEW Cup, so we have that rivalry kind of going on, which is really cool.
Well, let's get right into that. Because I think that's so exciting, and the fact that we're involved as a station, guilty pleasure kind of thing for us here, that we're kind of involved on something that's so hot right now. But bringing back that, it's been a kind of quiet rivalry, but now you got a trophy on the line.
Yeah, I know, it's really cool. Like, Eric and I talk all the time about just general league stuff, bounce ideas off each other, and he approached me when CHCH was talking about of interest of this thing, and I was like, 100%, why not? Like, that'd be awesome. So we're getting a cup made right now, and it's gonna be kind of cool thing every year to hoist it. And I tell you right now, like Hamilton, pretty sure Hamilton last year beat us at home, and they were pretty excited about getting that W. Well, you know what? We're hard to beat at home. I'll tell you right now, we're very hard to beat at home. Our fans are behind us 100% of the way, and our guys get all riled up for those games. So. Yeah.
Well, for people to understand, 6-game series, obviously, who has the most wins gets the cup for the year. 1 game in the books and a win for you guys.
Big 6-0 blanking. Sorry, Eric. But no, it's a good start. It is super early in this league. You don't really know who's got the stuff for the finals until you get into June, July, when the rosters really shake out. But you know what? We've had a good start, obviously 2-0. and we get to see them again on Thursday. So we're super excited about that.
And I think that's what's so exciting about it is that you have these sort of inner cup games, and soccer. If you're a soccer fan, there's obviously the league championship for who has the most wins. We're talking about the Premier League here, but there's also the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. These little cups that are in between that just raise the stakes of some of these games.
Oh, for sure. And you know what? It's great to have a partner or a team like that within 40, 50 minutes away, that our fans go up there. Eric said this morning, we love when you play you guys, and it's vice versa because your fans travel. We have, 50, sometimes 100 fans that will travel up to the game, wear in their stuff, and go in and have a good time. And it's healthy that way, and it's good. And, it's a rivalry, but, like I said before, kudos to Eric, what he's doing. It's amazing stuff. He's killing it over there, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger. Like when we first started,
I'm so impressed because, when I first started working in this market, doing sports at CHCH, there were times I went to Bernie Arbor Stadium, and this is before you guys. We're talking about times where family and friends.
I know.
Like 50 people in the stands.
And
now you're talking, 3,500 people. I remember the last time you and I talked last year, you were talking about the fact that you couldn't serve the beer quick enough.
No.
Like fans, there were lineups, and it was bothering you because you wanted the experience for the fans to be fun and, not long lineups.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you right now, Saturday at our home opener, the merchandise line was longer than the concession line. So it's just madness. And that's, I know Eric's done the same thing with his merchandise and stuff like that. And the amount of people that wear Jackfish gear, it's like 1 in 3 people at the game has a Jackfish item on, which is, it's just crazy. And I still sometimes can't believe it. I see a sold out crowd, and that's the cool thing about this year. We're gonna have more sold out crowds than we ever have this year. But it's just so cool to see that they've just taken in this team and made it their own and rally behind it, and they're passionate, man. They're just crazy.
Well, you bring the passion, and I think that's something that we kind of want to refresh our fan base about, and certainly the people listening and watching this podcast, is that you're an owner, but unlike any owner I know in professional sports,
that's the idea.
You're involved, like you're part of the show.
100%. Why not? I'd be bored otherwise. I had somebody, I think after our first season, say, maybe next year we get somebody else to be the in-game host. And I said, well, what am I going to do? They're like, I don't know, just walk around, say hi to people. I was like, I do that anyway, and I find that boring. So why don't I, shoot out T-shirts and throw stuff out and whatever, and try to be the most approachable person in the world. That if there's a problem, you can come see me, and it's not an issue. And you know what? I live in town. I shop at the Zera's down the street. I go to the events. I see people all the time. So I try to entrench myself as much as I can in the community and just be super recognizable, so that they know I'm. And the other thing with us is we give so much back to local community, and we're trying to actually this year break $100,000 in community give back. So we got a game coming up that's actually this Saturday. It's college game night. We're gonna get a junker car, put it out front, and let people take a whack at it with the visiting team's not logo, but colors on it. And it's a donation to Hospice Niagara for 10 whacks at the car. So we try to do as much stuff like that as possible, and give back as much as we can, and that's why people support us, I think, too.
Can I just double back on something you were just talking about there about the merchandise, and like I'm not just pumping your tires here, but like folks, if you've not seen it before, like the garb is amazing. The stuff that you guys are pumping out, this is a great logo.
Appreciate it.
This is a great logo. Yeah. And I know that as a sports fan, there is something within us sports fans that, yes, we wear our favorite team, our favorite professional team, but there's nothing like walking around with something that's sort of rather, I'll use the word independent, right? And there were people who go, what's that? Where has that come from?
Yeah.
Like that's got to be an important part too, because I don't know. Did you research for that when you put together the logo?
100%.
What's that all? How does that work?
So I mean, like for this brand, we spent a lot of time on it. We worked with a professional who's done a lot of professional teams, logo designer, and I still use him to this day for different things. And came with this whole brand, and we wanted a unique color scheme that no other team had, so we went with green. And it's developed over time. You know, if you go up front of CHCH right now, we got our team car here. It's fully wrapped in green, and you can't miss the thing. So it's very strategic in that way, that it's eye-catching and out there and stuff. And we came up with a new logo of this pointing fish guy that we developed. It's more cartoony. So we have a little bit of everything. And then if you go to our shop, I mean, like there's a million hats and like all kinds of t-shirt designs. But what we also try to do with that is, instead of just slapping our logo on something and selling it, we want to make stuff that you can wear any day of the week, not just a game day. So we have different, more lifestyle designs, stuff like that, that people can wear. But we also have stuff that's just our logo. And yeah, we got a lot of compliments. I mean, a council member for the city messaged me saying I think he was in Nashville, and someone recognized his hat in Nashville.
Oh, wow.
We did an alter ego night this year. We sold to over 25 different states and 8 different provinces. So it's getting its reach out there, and it's just so cool. Like, it really is. I can think back when I was much a younger lad, and if you remember, we used to cross the border all the time to go get sports paraphernalia. And there was a place called the Champions Outlet, right? And I used to go in there, and you used to have these bins, and like you would find stuff from like small black colleges and like universities and colleges that you'd never heard before. And as soon as I started wearing that stuff, people were like, that's really original. That's really cool. Like, it's just something more different than the Dallas Cowboys, right? There's a whole market for that thing. Like, there's guys that go around and buy all the minor league hats, especially the alter ego ones, and every team's doing it now. And they just collectors. There's a guy online, dad hat collector, and he buys all these dad hat looking hats, and there's a whole community on that, and there's a whole logo community, and I didn't know any of this, and so I started doing stuff like this and following it along, and it's really crazy and pretty cool. But there's there's tons of ideas you can come up with. So
I have to scold you, and I would not do this often unless I was really upset. One of the things you guys have done so well, and I'm seeing this across the league, is your social media outreach and just your visibility. I think the word would be I'm looking for here. I believe it was April Fool's Day, and you put out a post, and of course I'm an old man now, so April Fool's means nothing to me. I just pick up I'm looking on April the 1st, and you guys were talking about a name change and a logo change, and I think I had replied to you, like, why would you do something so crazy? And of course, after 12, I was responded to about April Fool's buzz. Like,
it's funny. So we did it the first year. We did the Rose City Timber Tigers. So we actually said we were going to change our whole brand to that. And April 1st, we had season ticket holders messaging us being like, I want my money back. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. How would you be because it's chipmunks. Why would you be a chipmunk? Like, and then we'd have to reply back just like, happy April 1st. Or actually, we asked them, like, what day is it? And they go, ha, 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 ha. But for a while there, we were playing around with people because they'll go, or April Fool's, haha, and we reply back, who's April and why is she fooling? Like trying to drag them along. And we did one this year for our newest alter ego this year, and we didn't say it was an April Fool's joke. We just came out with it on April 1st, and people thought it was again because it was so out of left field and so ridiculous. And we're gonna do it for one game, and the money's gonna go back to charity for the jersey auction. But it's fun. It's just fun to have fun with people, and to see their reactions is kind of interesting, and it's almost like a social experiment.
You got me, dude. You got me good. I know. Like, I remember thinking, okay, well, that's going to be one of my stories on the newscast today. Is that the Jackfish, who have been so successful, are rebranding themselves?
Well, it's funny that the one we did last year was we announced Paul Bissonnette was going to come play a 3-game stint on the weekend, and like we just did it. I actually messaged him to see if we could do it, and he never got back to me. So I'm like, I'm just going to do it. And then we get a call from one of his representatives asking us to take it down because his his parents were getting called like left, right, and center, asking them if he was actually coming home. So I kind of felt bad afterwards. Like, yeah, we'll take it down. He never came. It never happened.
But I mean, amazing. Because again, I'll use the word reach of social media and how you guys and this league is now using it to raise awareness, to get people in the ballpark. It's amazing.
Well, it's something. It's something new. Teams in the United States have been doing this forever, especially in the minors. So it's just we're bringing that up here now, and it seems to be working. I mean, obviously, people want to be entertained. They want to, it's a very inexpensive thing to do on, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like our most expensive ticket for just a general seat is $16 all in. So I mean, it's a great night out. You're gonna have fun in any park you go to. And if you haven't been to a game, well, why haven't you? Just get to one, especially for us. You walk into our park, I say this to everybody, just come give it a try. You'll walk in and no pun intended, you're hooked. That's it. I got you. You may not be back this season, but you'll be back years and years and years after that because it's fun for everyone. So I
like your mindset. If you haven't been to a game, why haven't you?
There's no excuse.
Which leads me right to kind of reading my mind here. Welland area now can get to downtown Toronto now with I guess on the weekends with the GO train now with its expanded service. But I look at the commitment that you would have to make as a daily trip, basically. Would take up your whole day of getting downtown to watch a Blue Jays game, which it probably is the cheapest of the Raptors and the Leafs and TFC and maybe even the Argonauts. The commitment that it would take, the length of the GO train or the drive down the QEW, the ticket price, the food, the program, all of that involved. You could probably buy season tickets.
You could. Our season tickets are $185, taxes in, and you get a jersey with that. So I mean, what are we talking about here? It's not even comparable. Again, you want to go see the highest quality baseball? You really into that? 100%. Go to the Jays. No one's going to be able to compete with that. You can go to the Bisons too. I mean, there's a lot of stuff about going across the border right now, but you can go check them out because again, high quality baseball, the highest quality baseball. We're still really quality baseball. Like, Niagara region, we'd be the most elite level in the Niagara region, minus obviously I guess the Bisons over the border. But you're going to see plays at our games. You're going to see at a Jays game, no different. Are you going to see more errors at our games? Potentially, because guys are not as polished as the guys at the Jays, because otherwise they'd be there. But it is so entertaining. It's like a lot of runs, stolen bases, just things you don't see in routine baseball. So it's pretty cool.
Good for you, and I'm glad you guys are writing out this excitement because I think it's been quite a success story. As I say it to you, I would say to anyone in the IBL, continued success in what you're doing. It's working, family friendly, entertaining, cool garb, and a social media approach. You're doing it the right way, and I think it's a lot of fun. And as you well know, this Sportsline podcast loves local, and to see local doing well is just amazing. So congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Hope you join us next year.
With
a whole new, I'm talking about a Canadian baseball league.
Well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. But wow.
I'll probably get in trouble for that one, but it is what it is. It's exciting, like I said, and we'll see what the future holds for everybody.
Ryan, thanks for joining us.
I appreciate it.
All right, folks, that's your Sportsline podcast for the day. And as you've just seen and heard, we love talking sports. And if it's local, it's even sweeter, folks. If you do know of an athlete, team, or event to promote the Sportsline podcast, want to hear from you, please hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe button. And if you have something to say, we appreciate your comments. For the outstanding people that make the Sportsline podcast possible, that's all of you behind the scenes. Thank you so very much, and we'll see you soon.